Hey y'all, I am here with our early word speaker. Tell him your name.
My name is Shadrach Carter and I am 15 years old.
Shadrach Carter, 15 years old, and when I tell you he just brought a word to the whole house full of people, my God.
Yes.
My God. I'm proud of you. Yeah, this is my nephew, so I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
All right?
Thank you.
But let's get into this interview real quick. 15 years old.
Yes, ma'am.
When did you know you was called?
I knew that I was called when I was at the age of 4 years old.
4 years old, you were called.
Yes, ma'am.
Has your walk been easy?
It depends, because sometimes the walk, it could get like very hard because you have like other stuff like out in the world.
Yes.
And it's very tempting. So sometimes it can be very shaky, but I always find myself getting back on track.
That's it. You always find yourself getting back on track, right?
Yes,
so
ma'am.
what's the things that you do to get back on track? For young men who are saved, young, 15, younger or older, what's some of the things that Shad does to get back on track? We know the world is tempting. We know. But what are some of the things as a young man you do to get back on track?
Well, what I do is I go to a quiet space, close the door. It depends, like if I'm in the living room or if I'm in my room. If I'm in my room, I'll close my door and I'll try to like meditate, like get some quiet time, and I'll open up my Bible and I'll begin to read, or I'll just begin to pray out loud, and that's how I get back on track.
That's what we all got to do to stay on track and get back on track. We got to get to a space. We got to close everything out. We got to open our Bibles. We got to read the Word. We got to pray to stay on track. Right?
Yes.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
So is this the only like platform? I know it's not the only platform that you've spoken on, right? So was this one of the hardest? Because you had your mom, your dad, your pastor, your support, your church family. Was this one of the hardest?
I wouldn't necessarily say that it was the hardest engagement that I had, but the only thing that made it hard for me is that this is like a historic church. Historic jurisdiction. Bishop F.B. Washington, Oren Kelly, Bishop Ethiel Clemens, all the great preachers. So it was kind of nerve-wracking because I was standing in like a historic space. But God, I'm glad that He still used me. You know, I was kind of nervous, but He took those nerves away.
God used you.
Yes.
And I feel like you stood right where those great men of God stood, and you held your own. So to God be the glory for that.
To God be the glory.
What's one thing you want to say to the people before we go?
Stay focused and get saved.
Stay focused and get saved. Jesus is coming back. Lady Bennett, we're here at our workers meeting. Y'all be good.